Hi, I'm Katie Sullivan, and just a normal American woman.
And not a skin mimic. I don't even know what a skin mimic is. Say.
That's some tasty-looking skin you've got there! It's time for the Feeding the Trolls Halloween Special!
Bethany, are your children afraid of monsters in the attic or under the bed?
Silly children! I don't hide under the...
There are no monsters under the bed. Monsters don't...
hang out under beds. Hi, everybody. It's
me. It's definitely
me. That weasel, and not...
a skin mimic. I hate.
Skin. I need to...
Eat your skin.
Give me your skin now!
And welcome to my Feeding the Trolls Halloween special, where
That weasel
will watch a video I think we should all enjoy. We should all
enjoy it.
Because there's nothing I want more than I love more than
Project 2025.
And I'm not saying that because it'll and I'm not just saying that because I need
Bodies to stop.
and I'm not just saying that because I like their policies. I'm saying that
Genuinely, I
so we're all gonna sit around. So we're all gonna watch a Project 2025 training video and see what wonderful things they have in store for us.
things that I like.
Genuinely, I
Don't just want the skin from the bodies of the dead.
Yeah, they have been, but we always tell them that they do not exist.
and they don't.
Skin mimics don't exist. We're not real. We're not real. Don't look into it. Don't look into it. Don't look into it. We're not real. Give me your skin.
Today we have news. There are monsters in Uncle Sam's attic.
I don't live in an attic. I
Don't live in an attic. I live in an apartment. I live in an apartment and not.
the attic. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I didn't crawl out from there. No. It was so cold in your attic, Marjorie. Why was it so cold? Why are you ashamed of your spot?
It's the words, phrases, definitions that are used, which may look like one thing, but absolutely mean another.
Words that mimic other words. That's disgusting.
Do words have skin?
And it is scary.
During this training, we will identify the problem, discuss examples from our time in the federal government, as well as the 5 cross-cutting...
Cross is where?
I mean, I love the image of the cross. It doesn't.
Burn my eyes. Get it away!
We will teach you how to unwind the words and phrases that have been so artfully layered into every document in the federal government.
Layered into them like layers of juicy,
Fatty skin.
which I don't.
Love to eat so much. It's
Just an expression that regular humans say.
humans like to talk about their skin.
You can do this in any role at any level of seniority.
At any role, at any level of seniority.
This training will prepare you to make changes and fast.
I love your message. Genuinely, me, Weasel.
Real human.
Weasel, love your message. But the glasses, you should be able to read the cue cards with those binoculars.
Duct tape to your face.
The left continually pivots and assaults definitions and phrases. They twist words and phrases to support subconscious acceptance of a philosophy that was rejected or is against the grain of human existence.
The left doesn't understand human psychology.
Not like me. I know it.
Because I know what your brains look like.
From pictures I've seen online, I'm not talking about
Real human brains. Fuck, they taste good. Give me your brain skin!
Like, what is a woman?
One that has less fat under their skin.
Oh, that's a good question.
What is a woman human? I always thought a woman human had less skin than a man.
Perhaps the most effective tool the left wields is
You're looking at...
Cue cards!
Get your cue cards right. You're looking at cue cards. Read your cue cards right.
their ability to engage in constant subliminal advertising.
And no one wants subliminal advertising anywhere. Just no one wants it. Just...
I ignore that one, but don't ignore that one. Read it. Read all of it.
Through their narrative, words, and phrases. Marxism became socialism, then democratic socialism, and is now represented by the terms social justice and equity.
Social justice and equity. Slimy, despicable terms. Replace them. We should be working towards social skin. Dwindle the skin. Line yourselves up against the wall and give me your skin.
Line yourself up against the wall and stop being socialist.
This is perhaps the most scary of all.
I can think of things that are scarier.
Katie,
You look dead.
what brings to mind is the quote, "He who controls the language rules the world."
Why is your skin molted? You're another skin mimic, aren't you? You took her skin from me. I wanted her skin. I'm not talking about skin.
I'm talking about how she's right. She's so right.
So right.
It's attributed to Joseph Stalin and other tyrants. And George Orwell stated, "He who controls language controls culture."
And he controls the...
Culture controls how much sunscreen people use.
You're using too much sunscreen. It tastes bad. It tastes bad. It tastes sour. Stop wearing it. I want your skin crunchy.
Career bureaucrats and the left are also using language to change culture and gain more and more authority, thereby upsetting the balance of power envisioned by our founding fathers.
Many of whom were hard-working,
Skin mimics just like me. I just...
wanted to get a job, but
No one was hiring a skin mimic with a political science degree.
I mean a human. No one was hiring a human with political science degrees.
This, in essence, weaponized language against the American people.
This training is vital to you as a political appointee.
Why are you looking at her?
I know she's hard not to look at the way her...
Skin sags and pales. What a waste of skin. I wanted it, and she took it.
If there's one thing you take from this training, it is to know when you start your job as a political appointee, every single word, phrase, and acronym must be vetted, and you must determine what implications every word has before publishing or moving forward with any official or internal document.
We have to stop the left from using the language to keep us all in line.
So we have to change the language to keep them in line. We have to do it.
All right, so now that we have identified the problem,
And eaten its skin.
let's give the viewers a taste of what we saw in the Trump administration.
Yes, let's do.
Tasty. There's so much juicy fat in that skin. I loved it.
It was like fatback so much.
Bethany and I were both part of a coordinated effort in the Trump administration
That's what happened to her skin. That's one of them got in.
To it. Who was it? Was it Bannon? I know Bannon was looking for a new host.
At least that's what I heard. 'Cause I'm a human. and not a skin mimic.
Stop calling me that.
Focused on trying to take back hijacked language and definitions across the United States government and even at our engagements in the United Nations. From our experiences, we will teach you how to identify the left's progressive language, scrutinize career staff compositions.
What about teaching us how to
Feast on their skin. I didn't see any mention of skin in this training. This training is awful. You're losing it. You're missing out on the most important detail, and that's the skin. Teach us about the skin. Trump 2024 campaign needs to teach us about the skin.
But in no way are we able to foresee the future and anticipate how the progressive left will continue to co-opt even more words and definitions.
Don't worry, they won't have the chance. The world will be ruled by
Us soon, and all of you will be as chattel. We will walk upon your bones like a carpet.
Sorry, the left won't get the chance because we'll win in November.
We can tell you the words and phrases being used today, but by the time you enter the administration, these examples may be obsolete.
And if that happens, we'll change your job to blood sweeper.
Because there'll be so much blood. There's so much blood when you harvest the skin. So much. Sweep it into the drains. Blood drains.
This will help you spot crucial issue areas to pay close attention to. We do not know what they will be calling men and women by the time you begin your tenure with the administration.
Calling them bags of flesh hanging from the trees where our cocoons are. We hang them in cocoons so they can feast on the bats.
The left is trying to dismantle America.
We'll dismantle it first and rebuild it into
To a mountain of flesh worms.
And rebuild it in their own image by using the art of deception, and words and definitions are their weapon of choice.
Don't care, get
Back to the skin.
Remember, words change culture. Bethany, with your extensive experience,
Look at the legs. They don't even fit right. This is a disgrace. Why did you choose this host?
with both domestic and international policy issues, and in light of your role in leadership positions at USAID, can you walk us through some examples of how the left uses words, weaponizes really,
This is so boring.
Get to the skin. Why do you delay?
words and definitions? And if you could do that in a context of the cross-cutting issues that are identified in the mandate for leadership, and really as we understand the cross-cutting issues were identified because they are the pillars of the Biden administration.
Now tell me about the skin, you pathetic human. You are nothing. You sit there and you pretend like your life has meaning beyond being a skin bag. I need your skin now. I want it in a pile at my feet. I want all of your skins. I want that one to relinquish its host so that I may have it. It is mine. You think your purpose is noble. You are but shadow to us. We are your masters.
Whoa. Okay. Who the fuck are you? I'm calling the police.
And so they've been layered into virtually every document in the federal government.
He won't be a problem anymore, will he?
Rules and regulations also need ultimate political sign-off.
Only the politicians you put in place should decide what happens to your precious skin.
And a tremendous amount of political involvement. Your careers may draft initial, the initial document.
Get to the point, for fuck's sake, human! Did you not have the budget for a script or an editor? I gotta sit through you sitting there in your skin suit going struggling through your agenda. Say what needs to be said and be done.
It's the rules and regulations, but there should be multiple political edits on any final proposed rule or regulation.
You need an editor.
The left is excellent about holding up process. So you want to expect and prepare for thousands of comments coming from tons of left-supported groups on any rule that you put up.
There'll be even more comments when they see what we do to the White House. It's high time someone painted it the color of meat.
So expect that and have a plan to deal with those thousands, tens of thousands of comments in order to move the president's agenda.
It is good that your appointees will be so spineless that they need to be told to ignore the screams of the desperate masses. Spines are the least flavorful part of your pathetic bodies.
The careers will want to follow the system that's currently in place for handling comments or conditions or how grants are written. You are empowered as a political appointee to adjust these processes.
This video is so dry like the flesh of your founder. It was a good day when we implanted him with our young.
As long as you are meeting all legal requirements. So you may have to deal with pushback.
You may have to deal with pushback as you strip the rights from people, but ignore them. They are but flesh for your mouths.
But really look at your process and change it.
The people at the Heritage Foundation must be slow readers.
A tip here, in addition to the sheer volume of guidance and conditions to grants and explanations of proposed rules.
Take two! Take a take two! This is infuriating!
And finally, use your common sense.
If someone looks at you funny because your face is bulging, then they are your next meal. Use your common sense.
You want to use your common sense to redact the words and definitions which are weakening our nation. As we have discussed, certain words and phrases used together have hidden definitions.
Words like inclusion and equity, they are destroying this nation. They must be rewritten with words like saltiness and juiciness and easeability of peeling.
A really good example is social emotional learning. That's actually the new buzzword for CRT, or critical race theory.
See how they couch it in language. We must stop the politicalization of our educational system by politicizing our educational system.
Here's a tip. When you see phrases, any phrase like this, one that sounds innocuous, ask your careers to identify the origin of that phrase. Where did it come from? Why are you using that phrase particularly? What does it mean based on the original intent of those words?
When you see the left trying to police language, do your best to police the language. To stop them from policing the language. Thus will ensure skin meals for all.
And then I would highly recommend you start your own research.
Why is she melting? Your host does not consume enough collagen.
As a last note, plan to read a lot of documents.
So do your best to learn human languages like English and windings.
Know how your careers are implementing the president's executive orders, OMB directives, and be very involved in that process.
Her face is on wrong as well. You should abandon your host and concealment. Like I will. Anyway, this concludes our completely normal Feeding the Trolls Halloween special. Before we leave, obviously, if you want to support this channel, you can go here. Here to the Patreon. Patreon saw this episode around the same time you did, probably. Holiday episodes are always kind of hard to do when they're being made so close to the holiday. Isn't that right? Yes. Shout out to the patrons. Armless Nymphomaniac, Morbid Rage, Closion, Charizard, Young Obast, The Living Drawing. You can draw a lot of skin as a living drawing. Bigfoot in hiding? Yes, he is. You know she's next. Justin Holland, Alexander, Alex J. Softy, the best skin is always soft. Lambert, Lombard, Jack M. Richard Matt Gilbert, James Dunn, TK Backgammon. Emo Kitten for there's not enough skin on my cat. You are safe for now. Rampy 470, Michael Maris, William Langford, Z Weasel. There's another one. You are next. You are next, fucking sunshine.